How y'all doing? Today I'm going to be talking about. I was watching retrospective of 2018 LeBron, and that makes me inspired to make me want to do content about that. So today I'm going to be talking about 2018 LeBron, 2017 2018 LeBron, um, MVP caliber season. But I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I think this was the last year of his athletic prime. He was still doing crazy athletic dunks and athletic blocks I've never seen before. So I think that this was the last year he was in his athletic peak. This was when he was 34 years old, and Kyrie had just left Cleveland. This Cavs team had no business being in the position they were, but LeBron literally carried them all the way to the finals, where they did meet Golden State, and they had no business almost taking the game from Golden State either. It should have been like a sweep, like every game a blowout, but LeBron almost carried them to a game 1 victory until J.R. Smith made one of the most boneheaded plays in NBA history. Now, would that winning game 1 change nothing? I think they might win 2 games. LeBron would do that thing again, and they would win maybe 2 games if JR didn't make that mistake and he put the ball back up and they win. Right? It wouldn't have been a sweep. That's all I'm saying. I say maybe 2 games because I don't think LeBron loses all confidence in the series. If they win that game, I think they have a chance to win 2 games, but probably not. That series gets ended at 5 if JR made the right play. Anyway, this year was just so fun to watch. This was one of LeBron's, in my opinion, greatest scoring seasons overall. He was just carrying the Cavs, and he was hitting clutch shot after clutch shot. By the way, LeBron is clutch, especially in 2018. He was hitting so many clutch shots that year. He had like 3 or 4 game winners, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, look it up. He hit one against the Wizards. He hit one against the Pacers. He hit one against the Raptors. I think he had another one, but I'm not sure. But that one against the Raptors, in my opinion, is one of the greatest game winners I've ever seen because he ended a franchise. He ended a franchise. He got DeMar DeRozan traded after that. And by the way, if LeBron doesn't hit that shot, I don't think the Raptors win the championship because they wouldn't have traded DeMar DeRozan. Just saying. So, not saying LeBron's the reason the Raptors won. The Warriors getting injured 30,000 times with KD, Clay, and Boogie being out obviously is the reason the Raptors won. But the Raptors have way less of a chance of winning if DeMar DeRozan's there instead of Kawhi. So it's not really LeBron's fault. LeBron's not the reason the Raptors won, but he's one of the reasons because I don't think they would have gone out and traded for Kawhi if he doesn't hit that shot and the Raptors win that series. Yeah, the Pacers one is insane. He literally is going full sprint and hits a crazy 3-point shot. I was watching that game live. This was when I was a freshman. I was going ballistic. I'm like, what is this? The one against the Wizards, my friend, I was chopping it up with my friends. They're like, oh, Bradley Beal's got LeBron tonight. This is a regular season game. But he was like, Bradley Beal's got LeBron tonight. Then LeBron does that. And I'm like, what does Bradley Beal got? What does Bradley Beal got? And then I'm pretty sure he had another one. I'm not sure. But yeah, a surprise. He dunked on a lot of players this year, too. There was a dunk on the 76ers. The iconic Yusuf Nurkic dunk where he literally murdered Yusuf. And then there's a few other posters, but mainly, I just want this year LeBron was extremely dominant. Ugh. As a matter of fact, I'll just pull up the basketball reference because LeBron James' net worth. He has like $1 billion. By the way, LeBron that has nothing to do with the 2018 Bron, but LeBron has like $1 billion or something, so it's like ugh. Anyway, I'm just gonna list some of the stats this year, and if you want to say he's not clutch this year or he wasn't good this year, I mean, that's your opinion. It's a wrong opinion, but it's still an opinion. Where's some of the Little Emperor? That's a little weird. That's a weird nickname. King James is his most prominent one. LeBron averaged 30 this year? What the? LeBron averaged 36% from LeBron shot 76% from the free throw line. Pretty good year. But 2018 LeBron, he played all 82 games, by the way. if for people who say LeBron has never played 82 games, he did it in 2017-18. Yeah, LeBron played every single game, and he was averaging 37 minutes a game. He was averaging 27 points per game, about a block per game, a steal per game, 9 assists, 9 rebounds. That's insane. On 67% from the free throw line, but from 2 point percentage, I don't know if this matters to anyone, but he had a 61% from the 2 point lot from mid range, pretty much 60% effective field goal percentage, 36% from three on like 5 attempts per game, which is impressive to me, and he had a field goal percentage overall of 55%. Yeah, and I know no one really cares about dunks that much, but this was like when I said this was his athletic prime. I mean it. This dude was. Hold up, it's shooting overall. This was the end of his athletic prime because he had a total of 120 dunks, and the year after he only had 85. So that's why I said it's the end of his athletic prime, because this was the last year where he had over 100 dunks in the season. Because 120 dunks in the season is insane. That's literally like almost every game you're getting like 2 dunks a game. But I know no one really cares about that. It's mainly, yeah. LeBron was averaging like 4 turnovers a game though this season compared to his 9 assists. But he was also the only like playmaker on the team, so I can't really get on him for that. Right? LeBron averaging 9 assists but 4 turnovers, that's like every not 2 assists. What that assist to turnover ratio be? I don't know. I'll look at his advanced stats, but in 2017-18, this is why I think it's his most impressive scoring year, right? Because he was averaging 27 in the regular season, but he was averaging 34 points per game in the playoffs. He was averaging exactly a block and exactly a steal and a half per game with 9 assists and 9 rebounds. So that production stayed, except the scoring got monumentally better. His free throw percentage went up to 75% on 10 attempts per game. He had a effective field goal percentage of 58%. He shot 60% from the mid range on 18 attempts per game. That's probably mid-range and in paint, but still. He shot 34% from 3 on over 5 attempts per game, and he shot 54% from the field on 42 minutes a game, and he played every single playoff game. And in the playoffs, this was when he started to slow down athletically, like the end of the playoffs, but in the playoffs, hold up, I had to look at, dang. In the playoffs, right, 2017-18, he had 23 dunks overall, which is insane to me. But his assist to turnover ratio, assist percentage, right? Turnover percentage. I don't know how to check assist to turnover ratio. And if it makes any sense to you, he had a 44.4% assist percentage with a 16.1 turnover percentage. And by the way, he was averaging 9 assists in the playoffs with only... Again, he was averaging 4.3 turnovers, but again, he's like the only guy who can pass on the team. He's the only point guard. Don't bring up George Hill. He missed that free throw. I don't want to hear about George Hill. But yeah, LeBron this year was just so dominant. I might edit some clips of... the end of the video might just be a bunch of LeBron 2018 highlights. But like I said, LeBron was so dominant this year, and it was just so unfair in 2018. I'm not talking about his entire career. I might switch up. And so, yeah, that's 2018. And the second best year of his career, in my opinion, was 2000. Like, if we're talking about overall scoring, 2009. 2009 was another year where I watched it. I watched that year. He literally went crazy in the playoffs. But I'll tell you his averages in 2008, 2009, where he almost made the finals. But Dwight Howard being the defensive monster he is. Yeah. So he averaged 28 points per game in 2009, 7 rebounds and 7 assists on 49, 34, 78 shooting splits. I'm not going into depth in the 2009, but I was going into depth for 2018. And in the playoffs, this man in 2008, 2009, not 2009, 2010. I was wrong on that. 2010s when he got destroyed by Dwight. Anyway, in the playoffs, though, he averaged 35 points per game, 7 assists, 9 rebounds, only 2 turnovers, 3 turnovers a game, on 51, 33, 75 shooting splits. Like, that's an insane 35 points per game with 9 rebounds and 7 assists is insane. But I mean, I can go into individual series, but I really don't want to because it's just like that would take forever. I might as well go into individual series in 2018 because I'm already going in depth. 2018. Okay, so I'm going into individual series that he played. Hold up. Here we go. So in 2018, his first round against Indiana, where he went to a 7-game series, by the way, he swept Toronto. I did not know that. I did not know that. But in that series, he averaged 34 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists per game on 50, 35, 81 shooting splits, where he went to 7 games, and the most notable part of that was the Indiana game winner. Look it up. It was a very impressive game winner. I think he hit it over one or two players. In the second round against Toronto, where he literally sunned them, he averaged 34 points, 8 rebounds, and 11 assists. On 50, he was shooting terribly from the three-point line, but he shot 55%, 17% from 3, and 58% from the free throw line. So that man, yeah, he was averaging 34 points per game. At least he had a good good efficiency, but he swept the Raptors. He swept them. So that percentage doesn't matter because he swept the Raptors. In the third round against the Tatum-led Celtics, because Kyrie was injured, he averaged mind-boggling 34 points per game, 9 rebounds, 8.5 assists on 50, 40, 70 shooting splits. And obviously we know he faced the Warriors in the finals where he got swept, but he averaged 34, 8, and 10 on 50, 33, 84 shooting splits. So, I mean, man, that's insane. That's so insane to me. He did that. Yeah. 2008, 2009, which is 2009 playoffs. I think he went to the conference final. No, that was the right playoffs series. That was the right playoffs. 2008, 2009, right? He went to 3. I guess I'm going to talk about this series too. So LeBron in the first round averaged 32, 11, and 7 on 50, 17, 80 shooting splits. That was against the Detroit Pistons, where he did have a game winner, I think, where he drove to the lane and then hit a little floater thing. So that was nice. In the Toronto series, in 2018 Toronto series, the most notable moment was the floater game winner. In the Celtics series, the most notable moment for LeBron, personally, was that crazy block against Terry Rozier, where he literally high-fived him. So, in the second round, where he faced the not overrated, because these weren't the overrated Hawks, against the Hawks, he swept them, where he averaged 50, 40, 56, 48, 70 shooting splits, 34 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. And then he faced the Magic. This was the third round. He averaged 38, 8, and 8 on 50, 49, 30, 75 shooting splits. So those are 2018 and 2009, in my opinion, are LeBron's 2 greatest scoring years, and just 2 greatest years in general, overall, because that man was just carrying the heck out of the Cavs. Both of them, those years were on the Cavs. Sadly, I wish he won in 2018. That would have been insane. That would have been the greatest carry job in NBA history if he won in 2018. But sadly, that's just not how life works. Imagine if he won, though. Imagine if he won in 2018 and 2009. I'm sorry. LeBron would probably be the GOAT if he won in 2018. But sadly, he didn't. Yeah, so just remember, 2018 LeBron was arguably the greatest version of LeBron in history. Harden did win MVP, but LeBron could have. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this video. It's one of my longer ones, actually. So, LeBron's a beast.